Hey, what's going on, everybody? And welcome to the latest episode of Real Talk. It's me, Jordan! Woo! Said no one ever. Okay, anyways, sorry about last week's episode. I was busy with the 48-hour film fest, which I believe I have posted my review on that. If you haven't seen that at all, just go ahead and check it out on my website. It should just be under the regular blog post that I post. Post. Okay, so anyways, I just wanted to keep this kind of informal with you guys, and in today's episode, I figured it would be fun to delve into the past a little bit and talk about my favorite childhood movies, or a lot of the ones, I guess, that, I don't want to say impacted me. They impacted me on some levels more so than others, but anyways, I just thought I'd just go through some of the movies that are here up on this shelf. I took the liberty of taking them down, the ones I want to talk about. A lot of these were really, definitely the movies I probably watched, honestly, the most growing up, or a lot of them. Some honorable mentions that aren't in this, are in the collection I'm going to talk about today. Matrix. My older brother and I, we had this whole thing with the Matrix. The lobby scene alone, I honestly lost track of how many times we watched that. So yeah, definitely The Matrix was a big one growing up. The original Mortal Kombat movie, I mean, it's not really that good, and it's still kind of sad today that people are still calling that the greatest video game movie of all time, but oh Christ, I mean, when you have a year of Assassin's Creed and, well, you know what, Warcraft actually wasn't that bad. I have it, I think, actually. Where is it? Boom. Just dive into these quick so I'm not spending too much time talking about each one. The first one up, and actually this is my most recent purchase that I got off of Amazon. I have yet to actually watch the Blu-ray. It's Dragon Heart. Ugh, Sir Edgar. Does anybody remember that line? Classic of mine growing up. I don't know, I've always been a sucker for fantasy and, anything that's basically like Elder Scrolls, the video game series, I'm on board for. And when you have a dragon that is voiced by the great Sean Connery, you got a recipe for a pretty damn good movie. And it was actually the first movie that I ever got to see. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. I can never pronounce it. It's right there. David Thewlis. Thewlis? I don't know. He's Professor Lupin from Harry Potter. He's a great actor, and he plays such a scumbag piece of shit in this one. So, fantastic movie. Next one up is, I think it is my favorite movie with the late Rodney Dangerfield, and that is Back to School. Back to School was a movie that actually my mom introduced me to, and I don't know, I just really like the concept of this kind of bumbling, charismatic success of a dude that somehow managed to make it big, but then in order to impress his son and to make his son not drop out of college, ends up enrolling at his son's school. And of course, funniness ensues, the triple Lindy scene at the end. I mean, come on, people, it's amazing. And also you got Robert Downey Jr., and when he does that scene where he's they have Oingo Boingo with Danny Elfman, and they're doing the party scene, and he's trying to cheer up his roommate. He's just like, "Oh, Jason, do me!" Ah! I'm not gonna do the justice that he does, but wow, I love that. The next one up right here is John Hughes, The Breakfast Club. Here, actually, a cool thing I will show you. I'll take you with me for a second. Is this showing it? Yep. Boom. I like this movie so much. I got this ordered in college, and it has the entire letter that Anthony Michael Hall's character wrote out. What can I say about The Breakfast Club that hasn't been said already? Great movie, outstanding cast. I feel like there's been a lot of imitators or wannabes of The Breakfast Club that try to capture that vibe of the estranged group of people that are all misunderstood, but somehow through their misunderstanding, they understand each other and come together with some sweet 80s music. It's been done a little bit, but yeah, I don't know, this movie, the cast is really good, the premise of it's simple. It's honestly like a stage play, kind of, because it's really there's only like 3 or 4 locations like in the entire movie. Breakfast Club, I love this movie. It's fantastic. This next one, oh god, I've been dying to talk about it, finding a reason to. Another special movie that my older brother, if he is watching this, you'll appreciate it, but everyone else, you have got to love The Demolition Man. Demolition Man, oh my god. Wesley Snipes, at his prime, you got Sylvester Stallone, hot from like Rambo and Rocky and like just everything, and oh my god, it's one of the best movies from, one of the best 90s movies ever. I mean, the premise of it's really cool, but then what you don't expect out of a movie like this is its humor. This movie's actually really funny, and I don't really mean that in like a, you know, cheesy cornball way, even though some might perceive it as that. I mean, okay, Rob Schneider, I know it's Rob Schneider, but he's actually really funny in it, not like how he was in that stupid Judge Dredd movie. He's really funny in it. Wesley Snipes, I mean, there's so many good quotes of "my boggle" and "sit your ass on fire." The line I still use today if I'm really having car problems is "break you Mickey Mouse piece of shit." Oh my god. Just an absolute thrill of a movie. Oh, and it's got Dennis Leary, who pretty much just plays himself doing stand-up on how the entire world sucks and how there's too many people and a bunch of rich assholes running everything. Kind of true. And actually, if you actually look really closely, you will see Jack Black, and I believe it's actually one of his first credited roles in a movie. I don't know. Someone can check me on that, but I'm pretty sure. Demolition Man, it's awesome. I have 4 words to say for this next one. Hoo-ah, motherfucker! Of a Woman, definitely the most serious of the movies that we've been talking about. It's the one that finally nabbed Al Pacino his leading actor Oscar. Actually has Chris O'Donnell before he was Robin, when he was actually still respectable from movies like this. And I believe he was in School Ties, wasn't he? Yeah, I think so. Anyways, this movie just is so damn charming and emotional. Like, I've seen it countless times, and I still get choked up at. Well, I mean, definitely the scene where he's, the colonel's all dressed in his attire. I'm not going to spoil it in case you haven't seen it, because believe it or not, there are some that haven't. I mean, I know. So, fun story actually about this movie is I used to be really good friends with this kid named Gary growing up. And he actually is the one that introduced me to this movie, because he always kept talking about it and how like him and his like rich family actually got to go to the Oak Room, which is one of the cool scenes that Pacino does with this movie of kind of like his bucket list. And so I always had like this obsession with the Oak Room, the Oak Room, the Oak Room. And if I ever get to go to New York City one day, that is going to be my first stop. You can quote me on that. Next one up here is... Okay, first off, when I found this on Blu-ray, I have been looking... I had the DVD of this for a long time, but it actually took me a really long time to track it down. And it's weird because I feel like a lot of people actually like this movie, but no one... They didn't make a lot of copies or something like that. But check this out. It's actually one of my favorite Blu-rays in my collection. I paid a pretty penny for it, but I don't care. It was worth it. Midnight Run. Midnight Run, it is... a fantastic road buddy comedy movie with Robert De Niro, Charles Grodin, and Yaphet Kotto. Also, I really want to credit John Ashton in this movie. I missed John Ashton in movies. He was only like really big in like this and Beverly Hills Cop. But damn, he's so likable in this. And one of the great things about this movie is the bonus features. The bonus features on this thing are insane, and there is, I think, one of the most authentic interviews with an actor, being John Ashton, on the behind the scenes of this, that I was actually pretty moved by it, and I don't say that often enough. But if you haven't seen this movie, please do yourself a favor and watch it. I promise you won't regret it. There's so many hilarious quotes, and this movie holds up extremely well. It is not at all really that dated. I mean, the technology in it is, but the movie itself still works on every level. They have great characters. The writing is fantastic. It's got to be one of the best scripts I've ever seen for a comedy / adventure movie. There's so many good just moments of, "Hey, Marvin!" And, "Are you doing the litmus configuration?" Yeah, the litmus configuration. And, I mean... of course, "Serrano's got the discs! Serrano's got the discs!" This is supposed to be De Niro, but Anyways, I absolutely love this movie. I've seen it so many times. I will actually thank my dad for showing this one to me. Never heard of it before, never got to see it in theaters, but I'm so glad he did, and I will cherish this movie forever. I'm really not going to talk a lot about this one because, I mean, seriously, if you haven't seen this one, well, you kind of suck. It's The Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. Now, I could have just, like, lumped the entire trilogy into that, but if I'm going for, like, the ones where it's, like, I feel like I got impacted the most by it, it's gotta be Fellowship. Fellowship, I had not, you know, all the Lord of the Rings books, J.R.R. Tolkien, all that stuff, I was not familiar with him. I did not read his books. But this movie came out, and I'm honestly so grateful to have been around for the time of these movies being released and in theaters, because I really do feel like this is one of the most special movie experiences I've ever had in the theater. Like, what if you could go back and just erase from your memory that you ever actually watched a movie and rewatch it again for the first time? This would be one of them. Everything about this movie is perfect. I mean everything. The cast, the writing, the direction, the set design, the costumes, the music. I mean, Jesus, Howard Shore and Enya, people. Huh. It's so damn good. I can honestly listen to the music for this on loop for hours on end, and I won't get bored. If anything, I'll just feel more relaxed and awesome. I love this movie. Honestly, Fellowship is my favorite of the trilogy. I mean, the Balrog moment alone, which, if any of my close friends are watching this, I used to have a nickname that was sort of related to Lord of the Rings. I'm not going to get into what that is. They'll know. But yeah, let's just say Balrog holds a special place in my heart. Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, I can't say enough praise about this movie. I love it, and it's a huge part of my life. Down to two of them, and then I will start to wrap things up on here. This next one, I mean, honestly, I could have picked a number of movies from this director, but I kind of felt like this is the one most people like. It's definitely probably the one I've seen the most. Goodfellas. Funny how? Like what? Like funny like a clown? Like I amuse you? I'm here to fucking amuse you? No, I don't understand. Funny how? I don't know if I was convincing on that, but I mean, Joe Pesci, absolute rock star in this movie. Ray Liotta, it's Ray Liotta's best movie. Robert De Niro absolutely kills it. One of the best performances of his career. And also, this movie like just started, honestly, kind of like the trend of movies like that followed like the same group of people over like a period of like 30 years or something. Scorsese defined that style of filmmaking, I feel like, in Goodfellas, and a lot of people have since copied it or, you know, paid respect to it, and, you know, I can't thank them enough for that. Like, one of the best movies I think that pays respect to it in the best way possible is Swingers. Jon Favreau and Vince Vaughn. Yeah, they do that so perfectly in that movie, and that's another great movie. But yeah, Goodfellas, I absolutely love it. Henry Hill bumping coke off keys. Follow me. Fucking chopper, fucking follow me. Fucking Ray Liotta. Ah! Why is it Ray Liotta? I feel like Ray Liotta at his finest is always yelling. Or like when he's in like the bathroom, he's like, yeah, Jimmy! Woo! He's like all fucking drugged up and stuff. Oh my god. Goodfellas, I love. This movie defined my childhood. I think I've said that before in this video, but this is the one that I watched it every other weekend for at least like 5 or 6 years. I shit you not on that this is accurate information. You can ask around. I think I have the entire movie memorized by heart. I can do like a shot-for-shot commentary in my head to you right now. I know all the lines. I swear to God, I know probably more about this movie than most any other movie I have in my collection or that I've ever seen, and that is GoldenEye. I don't think that's how the song goes. But anyways, GoldenEye. Oh my god, this movie. It's Pierce Brosnan. It is his best James Bond movie. Second, I actually think To the World Is Not Enough, and I feel like that movie doesn't always get the credit it deserves. Tomorrow Never Dies. And Die Another Day, while being imperfect, is still kind of fun. But GoldenEye, That is where it's at. I mean, you talk about so many great things. I mean, Pierce Brosnan was at the perfect time of his life. He was perfect for James Bond. Sean Bean. Oh my God, Sean Bean. I really should do an entire video on Sean Bean, not about his deaths like other people do, but he is really an under-respected actor in my opinion. He's tremendous in the film, and the Bond girl's great. The action is fantastic. The music, the gong gong, the dam scene, which actually set a record, I believe, in the Guinness Book of World Records. You can check that. And then, of course, the video game that came from it, GoldenEye 64. I mean, that changed the game for first-person shooters and video games. It really started the craze for it. And then split screen gaming. I can remember having many memories of the game where, we'd have like DK mode, paintball mode, golden pistols on, knives, mines only. It's fantastic. But yeah, GoldenEye, I absolutely have amazing memories of. I can't I can't tell you how much I love this movie, other than that I'm trying to do it right now. This movie is absolutely amazing, and for the love of God, if you haven't seen this movie, do it. Do it. Beg your pardon, forgot to knock. Okay, guys, well, I could talk about a lot more movies, and I'm sure I actually will in the future. I do have a lot of people ask me, like, what all are the movies that I own in my collection, so maybe one day I will do, like, an entire collection breakdown video. I did one a long time ago in the past, but I feel like I'm in a better place to do it now, and, just better set up to do it. But anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it, and please just keep a lookout for my reviews coming up. I do have a few down the pipeline, John Wick 2 being one, which is delayed. And then I also have a Cure for Wellness I need to talk about, and what else is it? Oh, a Hacksaw Ridge Blu-ray review, because I actually just watched that today. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and just please be sure to like and follow us on Facebook and Twitter and every other thing that we got. All right, thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye.